Joining us now is Jeanne Mancini, president of March for Life. Jeanne, great to see you. Thank you so much for coming on today. First off, I want to get your reaction to some of the comments that we just heard from White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki regarding abortion, including her saying, in part, quote, critical rights like the right to choose have been under withering and extreme attack, including draconian state laws. What do you say to that?
Well, thanks for having me, Tracy, and it's really an amazing day. I think it's notable that the White House press secretary doesn't use the word abortion in anything that she's saying there, because often, I mean, this is a case of people don't want to talk about what it's really about, and they use different language, but we know that reality is not arbitrary, and that calling something a different word like human rights doesn't make it such. So if we're going to talk about rights, what about equal rights for unborn children, right? I'm sorry that the White House press secretary said what she did today, especially since Joe Biden is Catholic. I continue to be so disheartened by the White House and by Joe Biden's Catholicism, and really pray that his heart will be changed on these critical issues.
Yeah, I think we all are doing that for sure, Jeanne. I want to talk about now that big news coming from the Supreme Court today, that it'll be taking up the case of Jackson Women's Health Organization versus Dobbs. Talk more to us about this case and also the significance of it.
So it's extremely significant. So essentially what we're seeing today is that the Supreme Court is going to take up the underlying question of, is every abortion before viability illegal in the United States? So going from Roe, which said that that would be the case, that any abortion before viability would be unconstitutional. Essentially, they're re-asking that question. So is it possible that we can have some constitutional limits to abortion prior to viability? And I think this is fantastic that this is being asked by this makeup of the Supreme Court. I don't see this as suddenly reversing Roe or correcting Roe, but what I do hope and pray happens here is that at the very least, that the Supreme Court will allow for different limitations to abortion, after 15 weeks or more. I mean, of course, the March for Life, we know that any abortion is one too many, and that we're working for the day when abortion is unthinkable. But what might realistically come from this case, let's hope and pray that greater limitations in our country will come.
Yeah, and as we heard from Eric earlier, it's likely that this case will be taken up in the fall. That said, the Supreme Court, is it considering any other pro-life cases that maybe we should have our eye on it? And what are you looking out for?
Yes. So, well, we're still waiting to see if they'll take up an abortion case related to discrimination. So, in other words, when a baby receives a poor prenatal diagnosis like Down syndrome in the womb, that parents could then have the quote unquote right to abort that child. I think that the Supreme Court will possibly take up an Indiana lawsuit related to that.
Great. And before I let you go, overall, how do you see the state of the pro-life movement right now, especially on the state and local levels?
So we're seeing such terrific gains on the state and local levels, and even the March for Life. We've started the State March program, which is incredible. We plan this year to have, even in 2021, to have one in California over the summer, one in Virginia in September, and one in Pennsylvania in September as well. There's so much happening at the level of the states. Even over the course of the last 2 weeks, we saw more state laws passed protecting life than perhaps ever in the history of this country. I mean, it's moving like at lightning speed, really, at the level of the states. Of course, at the federal level, we're seeing the opposite right now with this administration and even in Congress. I mean, to get even the discharge petition on the Born Alive bill, which should be a no-brainer that a baby who survives a botched abortion should receive health services. We can't even get a vote on that on the House floor. So really, I mean, we've heard the quote, it takes a village, but we are seeing from the grassroots level really good strides in the pro-life work.
Thank you so much for what you do. Jeanne Mancini, president of the March for Life. Thanks again.
Thanks, Tracy.